Hello. Oh, hello, and welcome to Matt's Story Time. Today we are going to adventure in the amazing world of Jackie's computer. Let's start with the first one. Once upon a time, there was an awesome birthday cake, and it lived on my head. But then it turned into a shark, and then I became blind. Well, kind of, not technically. And but then I could see really well. And then I could see really pretty. But I didn't like my eyes, so I started crying. And I was crying really hard. And then my tears became magical and turned me into an elf. Let me fix this. And then my elfishness at night turned into a werewolf. Yeah. And then that turned into, during evolution, which is so wrong, it became a tiger. And then I used my tiger amazing abilities to become a superhero. And I saved the world, and I flew through all of time until I met this alien. And it was a really, really cool alien. And then the alien, I got frozen in time, and I became a toy. And I just danced for people. And then they took my soul from the toy and made me a world-famous fashion designer. And I was like, that's not good. You need to fix that. And but I lost the purple ones, and I was like, and I got these cool shades. Yeah, I know they're pretty awesome. But, you know, I decided the shades weren't doing too well. I wasn't getting good clients, so I decided to go into performing. And I became the Phantom of the Opera. I sang, and I was really good, but I realized that that mask just wasn't working for me. So I tried a new one, and it was really nice. But you know what? Then it's really actually sad, but then I died. But I met Jesus, because he's my savior, and he's awesome. Everybody, and just talking about him, it just makes me sparkle. Because he's so awesome. And, you know, of course, he greeted me with a big hug and a kiss. Cupid was in heaven, too. Hey, Cupid, how are you, buddy? And he actually decided that there was someone I was supposed to fall in love with on Earth. So he sent me back to Earth, and I started racing. But you can't really tell, because Cupid's not God, so he was really bad at it. So I decided to go swimming, but that's not appropriate. Oh, that's awkward. That's really awkward. So I went back to saving the world. I'm just gonna tell me if this is not amazing. It looks better this way. My mind senses told me. So anyway, then I flew over using my superpower abilities to France. But again, you couldn't tell because I'm not God, and only God can teleport. And then I went to Ayers Rock, but that wasn't good either. And then I went to Egypt, which was lame too. But someone took a picture of me in Egypt, and it was a really good picture, and they framed it. And I feel like Tracy, you know, I feel like I should be like, without love, and then like Zac Efron should sing to me, but that would be weird. That would be really weird. Anyway, then I flew over to Nevada, and I was so good at poker that they put me on the king. I'm just gonna stand here looking kingly for a second. This is my scepter. And that's quite enough of that. So I went back in time to become psychedelic, and I started like glowing and everything, and I created a vortex of shine. But then my vortex got all crazy. It got all crazy, and it blew up, and I just went on fire. Most people would think, but I already told you I went to heaven, so don't. It's not here. That's not it. So anyway, after that, I became weird. I flew into the internet, and I became the internet. But the internet blew up and threw me in a mud puddle, and I was like, blah, 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 and it just like ate me. It just ate all of me until it was like totally just covering everything, and everything. Seriously, I'm not even kidding.
Shut up. No.
I'm not even
Okay.
kidding you. But then I split in two, and I was like, hey, other me, how are you? I talked to myself, and it was really weird. And I kept disappearing. It was really awkward. But then there were a million of me. And then I shrunk. I was like Alice in Wonderland. I had the bad mushrooms. And then I died again. And I was morphed with this earthling. Really weird person. I don't like her. But that's my job. That was my job, to fulfill her soul. She's a very troubled youth, as you can tell. The picture, she's troubled. Anyway, I stopped that, and I took more control of her until I just kind of like started eating her soul. But she kept coming back because she was so evil. So in the end, I won, obviously. But it sent me to limbo. Even though I was already in heaven, I know it was crazy. But in limbo, you see, I flew to Neverland, and turns out Peter doesn't really get it from Tinkerbell. It's just everywhere. Everywhere is like fairy dust, and it's really quite interesting. But then I became a picture. Like, I just did, and I fell underwater, and I couldn't breathe because there was so much. And it was so hard. I went to this land, and I was all dizzy. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, where am I? Where am I? I don't even know where I am. But then I finally, and it came, and I understood, and I fell underwater again. And let me tell you, the seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there? Well, that is a big mistake. I mean, just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things surround you. I mean, what more are you looking for? Under the sea. I wrote that myself. It's a new song. It's coming out in this new show called The Large Merman. It's going to be a great show. I have a feeling that they're going to put it on Broadway someday. I really, really do. I think it's going to be a classic. It's about this merman. Get in my way, stupid bubbles. It's about this merman, and he falls in love with this woman on land, and he sells his drums, because that's his talent, to the evil sea warlock, who is a squid. He has a big head and everything. It's beautiful. He sings a song called I Love You Girl. She's like, look at that girl, isn't she hot? Do you disagree? I bet not. Wouldn't you think she's the girl who deserves my everything? It's beautiful, but that's besides the point. So anyway, I went home and I sang this to my cat, and I kind of looked at her, and I was like, excuse me, Mr. Kitty, can you stop it, please? Just get him away. Get him, stupid kitty. Yeah, and I woke him up, and then I became a monkey. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, and then it started to snow. As all good stories end with snow. And yeah, and that's my story. It was a big waste of time, and if you watch this, get psychological help. I'm seeking it right now. I'm thinking about talking to the cat about it. I just need to like come up. Hey, buddy, can you help me with my psychological help? Hello, hey, buddy, get up, stupid girl, get up. Thank you, and he's gonna help me back to the snow. So thank you. Have a, in the words of my great uncle, have a happy birthday, and I'll see you. On the other side. All right. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You need more everything if you're watching this.